Hey guys, this is James from Shimwrecker Enterprises, and welcome back to another ball video. Today we're going to be looking at Storm's new Axiom Pearl. Released this past Friday. It's been making a lot of splashes already. We've seen it a good bit in the PBA League, as well as Brent Bowers, the GM of North Rock Lanes in Wichita, shot 899 in league with this ball, in a 5-man league, which is really impressive. Just about a week ago or so as of the time I'm recording this. So it's been making a lot of splashes already, and I've really been enjoying mine so far. So let's go on ahead and get right into it. The cover stock on this ball is actually exactly what you'd expect. It's NEX Pearl Reactive. NEX, of course, is Nano Extreme, which is the cover that was used on the original Axiom. It's a newer formulation, nano base, so it's got a lot of similar traits to the classic NRG reactive we saw on stuff like the Virtual Gravity Nano originally, and more recently on balls like the Physics, the High Road Nano, and the All Road, for example. What we have here, though, is the pearlized version of NEX, so it's it gets down the lane a little bit easier, but it also feels like it doesn't really ever miss the spot down lane, which is really nice. The core is the same orbital core as the Axiom. It's another really low RG, high differential symmetrical core. What I've really been enjoying with this core in particular, though, is that it kind of reminds me a little bit of the Velocity core from the Phase series, in that it's kind of like smooth and controllable, but still really rolls through the pins well, from kind of pretty much wherever on the lane you're playing, as long as you're in the right part of the lane to begin with. So it comes out of the box with a 1500 grit polished factory surface. This is a little bit unique for me because I haven't touched the surface at all on this video. This is straight off the press. I think I had about 5 games on this ball before I shot this video, but it's still at the factory surface, and I have not felt a need to touch it in the slightest. It's absolutely fantastic with this. So you've been seeing some shots going down the lane here, shooting at Buffalo Lanes in Cary, North Carolina on their house shot. And you can see it is a little bit of a trickier house shot right now. You can't really, if you get it right of 5, it's probably gone. If you get it inside of 10, you have no chance. So it's a little bit narrower of a window than what you would normally see on a house shot. So, and the quick right miss is not there. And so a lot of these times when you see me like 2-4-10ing, I can pretty much call it off my hand that it is probably not going to strike. But you can see I've been moving all around the lane. It's really smooth and never really surprises you no matter where you are on the lane. It's a very kind of interesting ball because it feels like as long as you get your speed right and get the ball to start up and start hooking in the correct part of the lane front to back, it rewards that kind of front to back control in the mid lane with a lot of down lane predictability. So you can see here, like, I'm not the greatest at playing right, especially on a house shot. It's just so much friction that it doesn't really work out too well. So it was kind of getting a little lazy because I was having to overwhelm it with my speed. But then I go back kind of a little further left, let it kind of float in the oil a little more, and then just kind of pick up off the spot. And it's going through the pins really, really well. It is also really good to note that, like, I've tested this ball already in probably 5 or 6 different videos, or 5 or 6 different centers as of the time I'm recording this, and it has looked great in all of them. It's got this same kind of like moderate length, but definitely a really heavy defined roll, but still smooth and controllable down lane. So it's definitely not a jumpy ball at all. And if it is jumping, then kind of reminiscent of other stronger core symmetrical pieces that Storm makes. If it's jumping too much, that just means you're throwing the wrong ball and it's time to switch to something else. So in that sense, I've really found this ball to be fairly intuitive for the most part. So then let's jump over and look at the Axiom and compare it to the Axiom Pearl. Obviously, it's a very logical comparison. Pearl versus Solid, same cover, or Pearl versus Solid of the same cover with the same core. Layouts are almost identical. You can see I've got a little bit of surface on my Axiom. It's probably about 3,000 grit sanded or so for this video. So then I'm going to kind of throw a few shots here in the same part of the lane as where I was throwing my Axiom Pearl. You can see already that the Axiom is reading quite a bit earlier and is definitely smoother down lane than the Axiom Pearl, but it's actually also still got a lot of a pretty good amount of boom off the spot. So I've been using these two a lot as a 1-2 punch, just to kind of, if I need something to blend it a little more but still recover, I can throw the Axiom solid. And then if I need something to respond a little more off the spot but keep me in that same type of control, then I can go back and throw the Axiom Pearl. It's also interesting to note that kind of there's a little bit of a differing skill set, because the Axiom, you saw a couple shots here where I got a little further right and it looked really good going through the pins. The Axiom Pearl, because it's a little more responsive, I haven't found to be quite as good from straighter angles, but that just kind of that's kind of a comes with the territory thing as much as anything else. The other ball that we're going to be looking at here is the Trend versus the Axiom. I know this is a little bit more of an interesting comparison, because the Trend is obviously a much different ball as the Bell ball. R2S Pearl, still a very strong symmetrical core, but it's, you would expect it to be a cleaner cover that's not going to create as much traction. These first few shots here, you can definitely see that. If I get it to the friction, they react about the same, but it's like this shot right here where I got it in oil, obviously tripped to 2.810, so that's good clean living. But you can see the ball really just does not want to pick up and go through the pins right from there. Versus if I were to throw my Axiom Pearl from that same spot, you've seen time and time again where the Axiom Pearl just makes it up the hill and actually drives through the pins very nicely from there. So that's a good kind of illustration of that cover strength gap, just to kind of give you a perspective. And I chose the Trend in this case because it'll kind of bookend you for a lot of balls in the Storm line. So we've got 4 different balls with R2S Pearl that are in the line right now: the Trend, the Astrophysics, the IQ Emerald, and the High Road Pearl. So that is the Axiom Pearl for you. It's a really nice looking ball. It smells great. It smells like Andes mints, which I absolutely love. But most importantly, it's been a very trustworthy ball, and I think that's something that doesn't get thrown around enough as a positive characteristic of a bowling ball. Is when I pull this ball out, I pretty much know exactly what it's going to do, and I know that I have confidence that it is going to do that. And so that's been, but that peace of mind kind of helps free up your swing a little bit, so you can just go out and execute and know that if you do your part, the ball will do its part of the equation. So like I said, this ball is available now. I know it's kind of a staffer thing to say that balls can't miss and you should go and order one right now. Yeah, I've already ordered 2 of these. I will be ordering more. I'm definitely putting my money where my mouth is in this case. This ball is absolutely fantastic. I love it. I will be getting more of this ball. And I really do think that if you have a chance to throw this ball, that you are not going to be disappointed. So, as always, let me know if you have any questions, and good luck and good bowling.